Hi everybody, I'm Sherry Zach Morris, and I do these kind of presentations to a lot of ladies groups. That's why I film it. You're not in it. Don't worry, if we're moving and dancing, you're not going to be in it, okay? But I like to share this information to as many people as I can. So when I film it, I get to share it to more people. So that's why we're doing that. And today we're having a topic called fascia-nating. Fascia-nating. Why we need to move and groove, okay? So I always like to be playful when I give you good information, so we're going to be doing a little bit of playing and having fun, but we're also going to learn some good things about our bodies and about aging. How about that, huh? So I'm going to give you a real quick background about myself, a little bit of introduction, how I got to be where I am today, right, in terms of doing this. We're going to talk about the net that molds you. You have a net in your body. Maybe you know that or not, but we'll take some pictures of that, and you'll see what that looks like under your skin. So what is fascia? This is all about fascia and what it really means to you in your movement and your aging process. And then we're going to do a lot of moving and grooving. I brought my little equipment here. We're going to dance. We're going to dance to the Eagles, Garth Brooks. Okay, so we're going to have some fun together. So basically, I'm going to be 62 this year. So I had a midlife crisis when I turned 50. Anybody have a midlife crisis? Come on, admit it. Yeah, it happens. I don't know when. It could happen at 50, 55, 57, maybe at 65, I don't know. But there is a point in your life when you kind of said, okay, I'm done. I'm done with what I did before, and I want to try something different, right? So at 50, I had a midlife crisis. I was working at a corporate job, 25 years in high tech. I traveled around the world doing trainings, kind of like up in front of people like this, but most of the time they were men. We were talking about computer stuff, right? So now I get to do similar things, but I get to talk about really good stuff that I love, which is yoga and movement and having fun. So basically, I got a lot of stress when I was doing that kind of a job for 25 years. I had neck pain, shoulder pain. It was hard, back pain. So all of those kind of aches and pains you get when you're stationary, when you're sitting a lot on the computer. We all heard now that sitting is the new smoking, right? We know that. And the reason is, you guys, the number one reason is because we don't get enough cardiovascular movement. What does cardiovascular mean? Cardio, what does it mean? Vascular, what does it mean? Blood vessels, right. Pumping your blood through your blood vessels keeps you healthy. If you're sitting a lot, your heart's not working enough to do those kind of things, okay? So right now I want everybody to go like this. All right, that's a good beginning, yeah. So whenever we move our big muscles of our body, our heart has to pump a little bit more. Okay, so my latest, greatest, wonderful movement I love to do, and my husband's actually doing this because he's a couch potato, is seated jumping jacks. Oh yeah, we can do it. Seated jumping jacks. Now we're moving the big muscles of our legs and our arms. And that's going to warm us up a little bit. It's going to get the heart pumping. It's going to get the lungs to expand because we need more oxygen. So all of that. And so you see, it's not bad on your joints, right? We're not pounding on the knees and the hips. We could probably do this for a couple minutes, huh? Okay, and then shake it out. Woo! That's just the beginning, huh? Right. So anyway, when I was traveling, I wasn't doing seated jumping jacks, right? I was just sitting on airplanes and sitting next to computers. So I had a lot of pain and suffering, I would say, and I went to a chiropractor, a local chiropractor, and I would go to him about 2 or 3 times a week when I was not traveling, and he would adjust my neck and get me loosened up and stuff like that, and immediately would go right back into place. There's times when I would blow dry my hair, put your hair down, and then you do that little flip that women do, right? And then my neck would lock up and I would be traveling. So all of that was not a good situation, right? So after 5 years of being, in this chiropractic care, he said to me one day, Sherry, you have to change something in your life. You're just too much going on. You have too much stress going on. I'm thinking, I have a mortgage. I have a husband that I love. I have 2 kids that are in elementary school. I have 2 animals, 2 cats. All of those things, I can't get rid of any of those things, right? So what can I do to manage my stress? I said, I'm going to go to yoga. So there was a local yoga studio. I went there. I tried it out. The very first class I went to was gentle yoga, and that's what I teach to Carol every Saturday morning. I've been doing gentle yoga since 2001, and I fell in love with it because, you know why, you guys? It's the opposite of my personality. It's the opposite. We always hear that yoga is about balance, right? So if you're super active, you need something that's a little gentle. If you're kind of not active, then you need something a little bit more vibrant, right? So gentle yoga gives that to me, and I really fell in love with it. So I came home after maybe a year or so of practicing yoga. I told my husband, I'm done with it. I'm done. He goes, you're done with what? The marriage? I said, no. You done with the house? No. I'm done with my corporate job, right? So what I did is I bought that studio. I bought that studio when I turned 50, and I gave it back just last year when I turned 60. So I did it for 10 years. It was just another nice little episode in my life. And now what I do is I do a lot of teacher training. So I go around the country teaching to teachers and teaching them how to teach to the 50-plus demographic. That's my sweet spot. I am a baby boomer. My parents are still doing really well. They're 86 and 87. Just came back from Cleveland, Ohio a couple days ago. My mom turned 86, went back for her birthday. So they're doing really good. And my mom and dad were doing the polka this weekend.
Perfect way to prep up your bowling.
So I would love to do the polka, but I don't have those songs with me. So I got a lot of their genes and a lot of their emphasis on keeping active, just basically keeping moving, right? So I do focus on the gentle senior and chair yoga market, and this is my website called Yoga JP, and I have a YouTube channel that has tons of videos out there. If you're interested in my work, you could just turn on YouTube and just dance in the privacy of your own home, okay? So we're going to be dancing and moving today. So what stops us from moving like this? Wow, isn't that amazing? Would we love to move like that again? Or could we ever move like that? Look at her, she's all ready. All right, everyone, okay, take your arms like this and just go like this, come on. Yeah, oh, that feels so good. Oh, look at, I love that expression on her face. Okay, this side, ah, right. We are all inner ballerinas. Right? We want to move like that. It feels good to move like that. So I really hoped that I could show this picture of this woman. Carol recognizes that's the lobby of my studio. She came to one of my classes, and I'm thinking she's about 78 or so, and she just started dancing in my lobby. And I said, wait, I'm getting my iPhone out, and I've got to take a picture of this woman. I did have the video, but it doesn't play, unfortunately, but this is what she's doing in my lobby, just the whole time. And she looks so fluid and so young and so vibrant, and I know she's near 80. So why? What stops us from moving like that? What does, you guys? Okay, let's find out. The net. The net that binds you, molds you, and is you. We all have a net that covers our inside of our bodies. It's called fascia. Anybody hear of fascia? Yep. It's very prominent now. We're hearing about it more and more. Right? We used to think about muscles and joints and bones and all those kind of things, but now they're realizing that fascia, this net, is an important thing that we have to take care of as we age, because as we age, that net gets tighter, thicker, and more rigid. What do you think happens when that happens? Tighter, thicker, more rigid? Harder to move, right? If it's wrapped all around our shoulders and our elbows and our hips and our knees, we're going to have a little bit harder time to move. That's what makes us get all those aches and pains. So basically, what fascia is connective tissue. Do you know, and this is something I recently read, and it's just hard for me to understand, but our bones, our muscles, our tendons, ligaments, fascia, all that is made out of the same material. It's just in different percentages, right? So fascia is the connective tissue that connects us all and binds us all, right? And it's interwoven around all the muscles, the bones, your organs, everything is all kind of in there, encased within this netting. And it's one continuous structure that exists from head to toe without interruption. That was a big finding. I follow a gentleman called Tom Myers, and he is a person who does, what do you call it when you cut open people and you investigate what was going on with them? Autopsies? Yeah. So he does those things, right? And he realized when he was doing that there's a piece of fascia down at the heel of the foot that can be unseparated, goes all the way up the back of you, all the way up to the head. One long strand of fascia. So you can see now how everything is interconnected. We're not just pieces and parts like we thought of, okay? We're not just the bicep and then this muscle and this bone. It's all interconnected. So when we move one section of the net, it affects the other part of the net. So we're going to do some movements, and you're going to see what I'm talking about. You know, it's like if you had a big sheet, like say a bed sheet in front of you, and you had 4 corners, right? And I'm over here and I'm tugging on one corner. Do you think the other parts of the sheet would move a little bit? They would, right? Because they're all interconnected by a woven fiber. That's what happens when you move your fascia net, right? Even when I'm moving my arms right now, it's benefiting my legs. It's benefiting my neck every time we move. That's why movement is so critical for our health. So fascia is critical for our stability, right? If we were just this big old loose net, right, we would just be like flopping around, right? So, but it's also important for our movement. So there's a kind of a fine line between having enough fascia that gives you structure, but having enough softness in your fascia to make you feel fluid, right? So it can be moist and pliable, or it can be thick and stiff. How do you think the fascia gets moist? Any idea? Hydration. Do you know as we get older, we don't hydrate enough? And part of it, and I will just be very honest because we're all women, part of it is because we don't want to pee that often. We don't want to, right? We're out in public, there's not going to be a bathroom, we're traveling on a plane. I do it myself. I traveled on a plane, I'm going, not drinking this morning because I have a 6-hour. See, speaking of. Oh, I just said it and I made her go. Oh no. Okay. All right. Oh, all right, so we have to keep that in mind, right? If we want to have that suppleness to our body, to our skin, to our fascia, we need to make sure we hydrate. So anytime that you're home, drink as much as you can. When you're on the road and out and about, I realize that. I do the same thing. Okay, so how do you think the health of your fascia affects how you move? Absolutely, right? 100%, 1-to-1 ratio. Okay, so I don't know if you can see these pictures very well, but you know, just a little bit of an analogy. If you still feel like, what the heck is fascia, right? Think about that's an orange with segments, right? That's separated by fascia, cellulose, you know, with that kind of netting kind of material. So that's what it is. That's all around your organs, you guys. And we see these anatomy pictures and we see this is our liver, this is our stomach, this is our kidney, but guess what? They're all intertwined together. They're all connected together like the pieces of the orange through this fascia netting thing. So when we start to move like this, okay, everybody just move like this. This helps our digestion. Okay, so what we're doing is we're stretching the whole abdomen and all those organs of our digestion. So if you ever get constipated or any movement there is going to be good, right? All of that. So there's a little bit of like a pull your stomach back. Oh, yeah. Woo, I love that. Good. All right. So the other one is, we're probably familiar with this if you're a cook, is chicken. You get into the raw chicken and there's that little filmy. That's fascia. And in chicken, it's very slimy, isn't it? We want to have slimy fascia. Yeah, we do. Yeah. So basically, that's kind of what it looks like on the inside of us. So some of the fascia we've heard about. Okay, so I'm going to tell you about 3 pieces of the fascia areas that we probably have dealt with or heard about. The first is thoracolumbar fascia. See that diamond on the back side of us? Anything that's white there is your fascia connective tissue. And if that little diamond, and it's not a little diamond actually, it's a very big diamond, isn't it? If that's thick and dense, where do you think your pain is and your stiffness is? Your low back. How many people have low back issues in this world? A lot, right? A lot. So they did a study, and they did a study of people who have low back pain and people who didn't, and they found out that the people with low back pain have 25% thicker thoracolumbar fascia. Thicker. So what do you think we need to get that to move? Stretch it. So we're going to do some poses for that. So the lady there that raised your hand, I want you to do this every day. It's going to be gentle, but you want to start to move that fascia. I always think about when we were pulling taffy. Did you guys pull taffy when you were younger? Right, it starts like a marshmallow, and then we get to pull it and be pliable in all different directions. Think about the fascia. You want to do that too, right? All those fibers you want to move in all different directions. And then there's the tensor fascia latae, which is your IT band. So anybody who walks a lot, runs a lot, and bikes a lot, Everything is in the two-dimensional plane. Everything's going to get tight here on the side of your body. Men have this usually worse than women. But this is an area that people will say, like, oh, my IT band is so tight. When the IT band is tight, you can see it connects down here by the knee. You can have knee pain from that because it's so tight, right? It pulls on your joints. So a lot of the movements when we go sideways like that. So everybody goes sideways like this. Sideways, yeah. Oh, how many times do you move like this sideways every day, ladies? Not very often, right? So you want to make sure that you get that sideways movement too, right? So when we stand, and we'll be doing a little bit of that, when you do sideways, we get that whole area down our legs. And then the last one, plantar fascia. Plantar fasciitis, anybody ever have that? Yeah, that's not fun, is it? It's a micro tear in your plantar fascia, which is at, of course, the arch of your foot, right? And so that little fascia got so rigid and so tight, and there's weight on it. It's either your body weight or walking or standing too much that does it, and it does a little tear, and it gets inflamed. Anytime you hear the word itis, you know inflammation, right? So that's why we're going to do some things to create that suppleness. Are you back? Yay, she's back. Yay.
Can I ask a question about your tensor?
Yeah.
If you roll on a cylinder, does that?
Totally.
No, 'cause
Yes.
that's what I really feel a lot.
Yes.
Okay.
Good point. I'm glad you brought that up. Anybody here melt or the rolling tubes?
Yes.
That's so big now. Why? Because it's all about the fascia. It's all about the fascia. What that does is it creates friction and pressure into that area, and you're breaking apart the muscle fibers. Think about that, right? You're just mushing around in there, and you're softening and you're loosening it, and you're getting it warm. When things get warm, right, wait, I'll say the opposite. When things get cold, they condense, right? When things get warm, they expand. Yes. So that's why massages are so good. How many ladies get massages? Yay for you ladies. I get them twice a month, and I never used to, and I so believe in that now. Because we need to continually have someone help us with that pliability, right? So when the fascia is thick and rigid, it can cause pain, stiffness, achiness, and restricts movement. Doesn't that sound like aging? Doesn't that sound like aging, right? So if we can have our fascia be a little bit more supple, pliable, and fluid, we might be able to have more youth in our bodies, right? So why do we get stiff as we age, right? Because we move less and we hydrate less. Both of those go together, right? Both of them go together. You can move a lot and then not drink a lot, and it's still going to be not giving you that fluidity you need in your fascia. So movement creates a range of motion in the body, right? So everybody take their arm out like this, doesn't matter which one. Turn it up and down, right? That's a rotation in your shoulder joint, right? Right? So do the other side, right? So you can see that. It gives you range of motion, right? So go like this movement, and then go like that, yeah. So this helps you reach to the top cupboard, right? Reach up. All those things gives your body range of motion. If you're just always sitting in this position, this position, this position, you don't have that range anymore in your joints. You get older, the fascia gets tight, then your range gets restricted, right? So we want to stretch and lengthen the fascia, and it becomes more supple and fluid. That's the whole goal. So we're going to do lots of movement today to get that fascia to feel good. So one of my students says this word, and I love it, or this phrase, motion is lotion. Doesn't that sound good? Motion is lotion. So every time, go like this. Every time we move our joints, we bring synovial fluid into the joints. By the time we turn 30 or so, just follow me, our joints do not lubricate themselves on their own. Only through movement, like this, do the joints lubricate. So we all know the Wizard of Oz and the Tin Man, right? Yeah. He needed the oil can, didn't he? Yeah. So we need movement, which is our oil can for those joints, right? And then shake it out. Yeah. So I was driving over here, hit a little traffic jam, and I'm just in the car going like this. You know? It's like I'm just doing it, and I'm sure people are looking at, what is that lady doing? I'm like, yeah, you know? So anytime you can do that thing, just do it, right? Okay, so I thought this is a good picture. Look at that. What do we call that back in the day of the gym class? I don't know. It was similar to our jumping jacks, right? Toe touches, I guess we called them. Toe touches. Yeah. Okay, so now, what movements are best to do? Okay? So let's explore. Yep, we're going to do some movements. Here we go. All right. So I'm going to show you how everything is interconnected, first of all. Okay, so the fascia net, right? When you move one part, it helps another part. So I'm going to sit down for this one. No, I'm not going to sit down for this one. I can stand for this one. Okay, so it's called the ear wiggle. and we're going to all do this together. I'm going to mirror you, okay? So everybody's got this? Good. This is just a yoga thing. It means namaste. Yay, good. All right, release it. All right, so there's a before and after in this pose. So we want to see if it really helps, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to look to the left when we exhale. So that means just turning to the left like you're looking over towards the side. So take a breath and exhale, look to the left, and then notice where your head stops. Find a place on the wall or your neighbor's shoulder or something. Just say, oh, yep, that's my stopping point. Good, come back. Now take your left index finger and your left thumb, and I want you to pinch your ear. It's called the ear wiggle. So you're pinching it and you're wiggling it and you're pulling it. Okay? And then you're going to start to go all the way around your ear, from the bottom all the way around. Grant, I think you should do this. Because I think, we need a guide to confirm that this is really, do the before though. Remember, you got to turn and look to see your range of motion in that side. Yeah, I know. I'm putting him on the spot. He's not on the camera, though. Okay, keep going all the way around. And I want your ear to feel warm, ladies. Okay, remember, we're trying to loosen things up. So warm. I promise you, your ear will not stay this big. Okay, just wiggle it. And then go in the inner creases a little bit and just pull and wiggle. Feel it warm enough? Warm enough? Good. Get down by your earring. Okay, good. And then release it. And now take a breath. And exhale, just turn your head to the left. Anybody get farther in their range of motion?
Yeah.
What is that about? Now,
Yeah, it's the fascia, right?
the fascia.
Yes.
The ear is cartilage, isn't it? It's connected to the jaw, it's connected to the neck, it's connected to the shoulder, it's connected to all the way down. Cool, huh? We got to do the other side, otherwise we're going to be cricket, right? Okay, so there we go. Take a breath. Exhale, turn to the right. Find your stopping point. Good, come back. And then do this. So sometimes I wake up with a stiff neck, could be I travel or slept wrong or something like that, I just take both ears and I go for it, right? In the morning, I just take both arms and fingers, and I just go around, and you want to pull and wiggle, you want to feel everything warm, and I'd say 30 seconds is good. Pinch in the middle, go around, work around your earrings if you got it. Good. One more cycle, yeah, because we really want to get it warm. Good, okay, then back to the center, take a breath, and exhale, turn. Woohoo! Love that, huh? Yeah. Very cool. So think about that. When you have a stiff neck, you'll just be doing that ear wiggle. It's a good party trick. If anyone's ever going to a boring party, do it. That's a really good one, right? Okay, so we're going to do another one. I'm going to take off my shoes for this because this one is cool as well, because it's going to be something that we do something with our feet, and it benefits our whole body. Okay, you guys ready? Yep. I am going to show you the movement. I know some of you can't see me, so I'm going to mirror it with my hands so you can see me. Okay, so it's called the foot sliders, and I see all of you with beautiful shoes. If you can take them off, it would be super nice. Yeah, because we're gonna work, I know. Okay, so we're gonna work our plantar fascia. We know where that is, right? It's the bottom of the foot, it's the arch, right? Okay, so this is the movement. We're gonna sit up tall, both feet are flat on the floor. And it's called the foot sliders because we're going to slide our feet. Okay, so I'm going to mirror you. So that means I'm going to say the left foot, but it's really my right. So we're going to left foot. We're going to slide it until you want to lift your toes up. That means the knee will be a little bent. Okay, and then I want you to flex your foot, which means going like this. Your heel is down and your ankle is backwards, right? And then I want you to curl your toes like that, like monkey toes we call it. Yeah, and then drop it down. Pull it back into the starting point, and then push the balls of your feet down, and the toes come up off the ground, and you spread your toes if you can, in your socks or not. Okay, got it? That's the movement. We're going to do it 3 times on each side. So now it's flat. We're going to slide it. Oh, wait, come back. We didn't do the before. Got to do the before. Okay, everybody sit up nice and tall. Take a breath. Exhale, lift your head up. Same thing. Look for that stopping point. Okay, got it? Here we go. Back. All right. Left foot, slide, flex, curl, drop, pull it back in, balls stay down, toes come up, and spread your toes. Good. Okay, here we go again. Slide, flex, curl, drop, pull back in, toes up, flare them. Good. 3 times the other side. We're going to slide. Now, if you get a cramp, just don't do the movement so extreme, right? Flex, curl, drop. And a lot of times cramping means you're not drinking enough water, and then toes come up, right? Good. 2 more times. Slide, flex, curl, drop, pull back in, toes up, balls of the foot, push down. Good. Last time. Slide, flex, curl, drop, come back in. All the way down, toes up. Good, hands to your lap, take a breath, and exhale, lift up. Anybody get a little further in that ability? Yes, okay. So what did I say? When we move a part of our body, the bottom of our foot, it loosens up everything all the way up to your neck. So I told you about Tom Myers. He wrote a book called Anatomy Trains. And he says trains because it's like a big old train, right? So there's a train that starts from the middle of your foot, where the plantar fascia is, goes up your heel, all the way through your back, all the way up to the base of your head. There's a train there. The other train starts from the bottom of the foot, comes up the front of you, all the way up over your head, and connects back to that same place. So when we loosen that connection with the foot, we loosen the connection with the neck. Isn't that cool, you guys? I just love that stuff. It is. It's so cool. But I hate to tell you that tomorrow when you wake up, you will be the same way that you were yesterday, right? Or today. So you got to keep on doing this, right? We got to keep our mobility going. It's not like you do it once and now your neck is free forever and ever, right? Because that's how life is, right? Oh, we're going to do some more things. Okay, we're going to do arm reaches, okay? So arm reaches. Take your arms out like that. Good. Okay. Anybody want to tone their triceps?
Yes.
We do, right? Because they get a little flabby. So this is the movement you do. Okay, we're going to reach as far as you can to both sides of the room. Yeah, just keep reaching. Your body's in the center. So you should feel this muscle right here getting hard. And if you don't believe it, take the other hand and then touch that muscle. Right. So you just like release it, just like this, like flabby, flabby. Oh yeah, flabby, flabby. Right? Stretch and reach it. Stretch and reach it. And then you feel it. It's like, oh yeah. It did get harder, didn't it? So these things, again, walk around the house like this, okay? Yeah. Add to it, fingers up. Oh, then push. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's going to get your biceps and your triceps to be strong and firm, right? Good. And then release it. Good. Shake it out. All right, so now we're going to do a fascia stretch. So that was more like an arm strengthener. We're going to do a fascia stretch. So take your left hand in front like this. Take it out to the side. Good. Now, take your fingers back and your palms are going to push away from you, okay? So take a breath, inhale. Exhale, push your palm away. Whew. Good. Now turn your head to the right and do it again. Take a big breath. And exhale, push your palm away. So your fingers are going backwards and your palm is pushing away. One more time, take a breath. And exhale, push, push, push. Whew. Good, come back to the center and then swing that arm. Does that arm feel different than the other one? We opened up the whole chest, the whole inner arm, the whole length of your arm, and we toned those muscles when we did that, right? So let's do the other side to make sure, again, we're even Steven. Out we go. Fingers back, right? So we call that extending, right? And then you're going to take a breath. Exhale, push the palms away. Now, turn your head so we get the neck involved in this too. So take a breath. Exhale, push. Good. Last one, inhale, breath. Exhale, push. Good. Oh, and then come back in. Good. Let's do both. Why not? Oh, yeah. This is called the open heart. Good. Fingers back. Take a big breath. Inhale. Push the palms away. Oh, that feels so good. That's going to help our posture too, ladies. Yeah, good. And then release it. Did that warm you up a little bit, huh? Yeah, that gets that blood circulating, right? So what do we got next? Oh, we're going to do the climb the rope. The climb the rope I like because it's lengthening our spine. So we're going to pretend we're climbing the rope like this. Climb up and up and up and up. Up as far as you can. And then go like this, sideways a little bit. Oh, pull and reach. Yeah. So this is a good one for your back to make it long and straight again, and also for the side of your body. Yeah, good. Then reach up. We're at the top of the rope. Bring your hands in prayer and bring them all the way back down. Very good. All right, check it out. I always do a little shaking out just to get that sensation. All right, let's do the compass. So every single day, if you don't do any exercise at all, I want you to do these movements. I got this little jingle from one of my kids' yoga teachers, and I think it's really clever. And it just reminds us how we should move. It's called north, south, east, west, twist, twist to feel your best. Okay? That's all you need to do. So north is this. We just did that, right? North is any time that we're extending our spine long. North. South is any time we bend. So go like this, you guys, with your arms. and then just lean halfway down. That's just bending. That's a good bend. That's a safe bend. Take your hands to your knees and you can just stay right there. Good. Now if you don't have any high blood pressure or you don't have glaucoma, maybe slide your hands down your shins a little bit. Now you got a little back stretch going on there. Oh yeah, that's a good bend. And then come all the way back up. So we need bending a lot, don't we? We need bending to go down and feed our cat, to go down and pick something up that we dropped, right? So bending is very, very important. So the east and the west is this one, sideways, right? An east and a west. Yeah, so like I said, we hardly ever do lateral movements, so those are important things to do. These are for our intercostal muscles, these muscles in between our ribs. Good, and then the last one is a twist, and a twist. Yeah, good, you got it. And then we just say to feel our best. So we go north, south, east, west, twist, twist, to feel your best. So if you have any great grandkids, kids, tell them this little jingle, right? It's a really good thing to remember. And the last one is stirring the pot. So I talked about that diamond, right? Thoracolumbar diamond that's right back there. This is that movement I want you to do, hon, okay? So the first movement, I'm gonna go sideways so you can see a little bit. We call it the cat-cow, which is an arch and a curl for your back. So I want you to go a little wider in the straddle, it just gives you more mobility in your hips. And I want you to take a back bend like this, like you're arching, good. See if you can slide the palms of your hands towards your hip bone so you get your shoulders back too, good. And then I want you to roll your hands over your thighs towards your kneecaps and then round your back and tuck down, good. So here we go, we're gonna go again. So we're gonna roll it back, palms towards the hip bones, arch your back, squeeze your shoulder blades, good, and then round and stretch. So think about the diamond now, okay? So when we're arching, right, we're contracting that little diamond, making it a little bit, right, shorter and together. And then when we exhale and we round, oh, then we're stretching the top of the bottom of the diamond. One more time, up and down. Good. So this is a cool movement. You know, it's definitely something we do in yoga all the time. Does that feel good, you guys? It feels good for the back. But we want to get the edges of the diamond. Because usually when people have low back pain, they usually have it on one side or the other. So we're going to get the edges of the diamond, and this is a movement that does it. Legs are still the way they were. Hands are on your thighs. I'm mirroring you. Take your left shoulder towards your right knee like this. Yeah. Yeah, just like a crisscross. Good. Come back up and then do a crisscross. Ooh, do you feel that a little bit? We're going to crisscross again. Now hold it and take that left hand out in front of you and reach. And then open and close your fingers. That's stretching the side of that diamond. You feel that, right? Good. Come back in, and here we go the other side. We're going to crisscross it. Then we're going to reach with that arm, and then we're going to open and close, right? So when we open and close, we're stretching the fascia from our fingers through our shoulders down through our hips, right? Yeah, good. Come back up. Now, stirring the pot is this movement. We combine all four movements together, okay? So it looks like this. Crisscross, forward, crisscross, roll back. Yeah. Stirring the pot. Yeah. So as much as you can get some movement in that low back is important. Think about that diamond that we're trying to loosen up those fibers. Go the other way. Crisscross, crisscross. Good. Now, does anybody want to have a toned stomach? Yes. Okay, good. Then we'll add the real true stir the pot, okay? It's the same movement, but this time grab your ladle. And we're going to go like this, round and round. Oh yeah, so we get the movement of the back, but then we've got the core muscles working because when you're leaning, your core's got to be strong to hold you. Good, and go the other way. Good, roll it around, yeah. You guys feeling good? Yes. All right, good, come all the way back and then walk it. Okay, then we always end it with kiss your knee. How many people love their knees? We gotta love our knees, right? We depend on our knees, so we're gonna kiss them, okay? It looks like this, mwah. Don't have to touch it, it says mwah. Love those knees, again, mwah, and mwah. But you know what that is, you guys? It's stretching your low back, right? You feel that, don't you? Yeah. That's what you need to do. And just little movements. It doesn't have to be a super thing. That's why we don't have to take our lips all the way down there, right? Did we get all of them? Yep, I think we did. Okay, let's.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Why do you mention that one of the exercises, they have to watch the blood pressure?
Because when your head is below your heart, there's too much pressure, right, in your eyes. Glaucoma is a pressure in the eyes, and then your blood pressure also. It's just too much pressure for the heart and the blood, yeah. So that's why you have to be careful. Then you just keep your heart in line with your head, yeah. All right. Okay, this is something that was an aha moment for me. I have a couple teachers that got me into this work. And one of the teacher's name is Erhard Rohrmiller. And he's 71 years old and just like the most fluid guy you can possibly imagine. You just talk to him and he's like that, right? That kind of a guy. And he says that so much of life and exercise is linear, two-dimensional, right? Walking up the steps, running. A lot of those movements, if you go to the gym, weights. Everything in the two-dimensional plane. What we really need to have is multidirectional, which means the shoulder joint, you guys, is meant to rotate and roll around, right? It's meant to roll around. The hips are meant to roll around. Yeah, look at her going, yeah, right? So we're going to do a little bit of multi-directional so you can see how this works. We're going to do something called the teacup, and then we'll do the tray. So pretend we're having a teacup in our left hand. And the idea, of course, is not to spill the tea, right? But don't worry about it if you do. It's imaginary, of course. We're going to make a figure 8 with our hand. So we're going to go like this, up, and then we turn that palm around. See, that wrist turns, right? Turn. Then we come down to the middle of the 8, and then we go down and around and we loop. Yeah, interesting, huh? Whoa, did you know that your arms should be working like this? Maybe it's not right now, but you'll get it, right? So just roll it around and don't worry about spilling the tea, but we want to get that shoulder joint to move, the elbow and the wrist. Yeah, good. Roll it, and roll it. You got it, good. All right, now hold it again, the teacup. We're going to go the opposite way. Okay, so watch. Fingertips in towards your belly button, under, up, like a halo around you. Ooh, you did that. Look at how cool is that. When you get it, you feel so darn smart. Yeah, you do, yeah. Because it took me a while to figure that out. I know. Start in the middle.
Okay.
Fingertips in towards your belly, under, and then up and around. Yeah, good. All right, so I'm going to do it, and I'm going to do it so you guys can follow me, okay, right? So this is the other hand, right? Right, because we did the left. Okay. Okay, so we're going to come up like this, up, around, down, and under. Up, around, down, and under. Okay, let's go the other way, right? Palm is in, down, towards your belly, around, up like a halo. Is this another movement you can do at home? Yeah, right? And the other arm, woo, around. Okay, now we're going to do the tray. So everybody stand up because we're going to incorporate the whole body into this. Now you're going to really feel the fascia stretching, right? So now we've got the tray. Both teacups are on it, okay? We're going to take the arms up, up, up like this, and then turn the fingertips in toward each other so that they almost touch, but they don't have to touch. Yeah, then come down. Hold that tray again. Now fingertips in towards your belly, pull it back, and then all the way back behind you. Good. All right, so here we go. Up, up, up. Good. Down, in towards your belly, and back. Now we're going to do that little cat-cow movement. Watch, it goes like this. Up, lift your head up, arch your back a little bit. Good, come down. Fingertips in towards the belly, tuck your chin, round your back, and bend your knees. Ooh, yeah. Good, that's a slither, you guys. This is a slither. Up, down, under, and down. Ooh, that feels so good. One more time. Up and around. Good. And down and under, around your back. Good. Now, take your tray out in front of you. Take your elbows in as tight as you can, and then take your hands out. Where do you feel that? In your shoulders. What about in the middle of your back, in between your shoulder blades?
Yeah.
Those are your rhomboids. They make you stand up tall and straight. Right? Good. And then release it and shake it out. All right. Very good. So now you've got all these multi-directional movements. Oh no, stand up because I forgot. We're doing the lasso. Forgot. We got to do the lasso. Okay, so this one's got a little more movement. Watch your neighbors on this one, okay? So legs are going to be out a little wide like a straddle, okay? So this lasso movement comes from Qigong and Tai Chi, which we all know are really beautiful practices for your balance, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to shift our weight to the left and bend the knee. To the center and to the right and bend the knee. Now, what I want you to do is just go back and forth without locking your knee. So your knee is never straight. You're just like shifting back and forth. Oh, yeah. That's good, right? Yeah, good. So this helps with your balance, right? Your body gets stronger because it's trying to make sure that you keep your balance so that your muscles are getting stronger. Good, so that's the legs. Come back to the center. This is what the arms are gonna do. Your left arm is gonna be like a lasso, like this, and it goes around your head, and then it flicks like that. Yeah, it goes around your head, and then it flicks, okay? So let's try the other side. Goes around your head and flicks, and around your head and flicks. Now we'll see how coordinated we are, okay? Both arms out. Left arm goes around your head and the left knee bends. So it goes like this, round and straighten and around and straighten. Good, look at that. Around and straighten and around and straighten. Now let's do it like this. See that? Yeah. Do you feel like the ballerina now? Yeah, right? That feels so good. If you have a big window in your house, I want you to do this in front of the window. Yes, it looks really good. Your silhouette, it looks really cool. Good, and bring it all the way out. Good. Hands to your hips, walk it in, and now the hula hoop, which we know is super good because it gets that pelvis and low back to stretch. Good, and then the other way. Yay, love it. Good, and then shake it out. All right, girls, good job. And I'm calling you girls. Yeah. All right, I love this definition of grooving. That's why this whole thing is called move and groove. Okay, what does groove mean? It's the Urban Dictionary definition. It's a hippie term. Generally feeling good, in tune, and in the rhythm of nature and enjoying life. How about that? Don't we want that? Yeah. When our bodies feel, no, we're not done yet. We're going to be dancing. When our bodies feel good, we feel good. Yes. I always say grumpy people are grumpy because they don't feel good. Let me just wrap up. So these are some of the pictures of my videos on YouTube. These are my dancing videos. So I want to give you that little YouTube channel so you can see it. So you can join me. First of all, move, groove, and hydrate. Right now you know that. You know what that means, right? So join me either on the YouTube channel. All those classes are free. It's called YouTube/YogaJP, or you can just Google YogaJP and you'll see my YouTube channel. And you can see we have people of all different ages. These are my two most favorite ladies. They've been with me for 7 years. They're best friends, and they sit in the front row, and they're just lovely ladies. They just grew with us. So these are the people I talked about. Tom Myers wrote that Anatomy Trains book. Really, really an interesting book if you're really kind of interested about fascia. James Knight, he's the guy that did that foot sliders. Remember the one where we did that with the neck? So he invented that one. And then Erhard Rohrmiller, he does the lasso, and he does the teacup. So all those nice little multi-directional movements. So those are my favorite teachers. And then this is my information. So I do, the CEO of Yoga JP, I founded that in 2004 solely to make videos for the 50-plus demographic, yoga videos. And then I do teacher trainings through my Yoga Vista Academy. Yeah. So did you learn something today, I hope? Yeah. That's what I always hope. I always hope that you go home thinking, oh, I never really knew that, or I never thought of it that way. So really, ladies, be joyful, move. Moving makes us feel good. You know, the blood goes and the heart goes and all of that, right? So thank you so much again for having me. It was always a pleasure being here with you wonderful ladies. All right, thank you. Thank you, Carol, very much. I appreciate it. All right, you guys. See you next time.